Hello everyone, welcome back to a pretty much a supersized video. Today I did a video on this last month and now I'm going to do it with this month. This is what I listened to this month. There's a specific parameter here. I listened to a lot of music specifically this month. I have specifically on this list, I have 68 albums on this list. I'm not going to take too much of your time. I don't know, right now I don't know how long this video is going to end up being, but I'm going to try and do like a lightning round of sorts and just like figure that out. And I also think the whole I don't know where I was going with that. I just talk sometimes. But here are the parameters for this if you did not see the last video. I listened to a lot of music. I tried to go through music discovery. The parameters of this is I listened to an album that I have not heard before. Like first listen for this album or an EP, and not released this year. So nothing from 2022 because I do those separately on my own site, which will be linked below. So we're not gonna waste any more time, and also every single thing that is in here will be in a list down below. So if you miss a name, because you know I'm terrible at speaking, if you miss something, it is down in the description in order of when they appear. Okay? Cool. Alright, let's get into the first one. We have Reed and Metallica with Lulu, one of the more divisive albums of recent memory. I didn't think it was that bad. Like, you know, Reed and Metallica is certainly a group that no one ever expected to collab, and here we are. Yeah, no, I have to keep doing this over and over again. So it's probably gonna be like very little small stuff like that. Now we have Arca with Mutant. I think Arca's a great producer. I'm pretty sure that's how she's addressed. I think she's one of the most insane producers working right now. The Kick series that came out at the very end of last year is a good reason of that. And Mutant is also one of her better projects as well. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to dive even deeper because I still have a couple more I need to listen to. All right, next we have a Tay-K with Santana World. This was okay. I mean, I liked the race, but like, it didn't do anything for me. Cardi B, I only heard her first album, so I decided to like see what's going on with Gangsta Bitch Music Volume 1. And again, didn't really do anything for me. It was cool while it was on. It's certainly a Cardi B project. But yeah, didn't have much for it. Alright, next is the Weezer Red album. A friend of mine told me that this is the worst Weezer album. And this is not great, but Van Weezer's still exists. I'm sorry, that is easily the worst one, although I still have to listen to a good amount of Weezer. Alright, now we have Cornelius with Point, a good Japanese art rock album that I came across just because I think the cover looked great, and I really dug it. It's something as simple as that. Alright, now we have Pink Floyd with The Final Cut, one of the only Pink Floyd albums that I haven't heard, I think outside of another one of their later ones. And I don't remember anything off of this. I guess it was fine, but I feel like not being remembered kind of feels right for The Final Cut, since, you know, you've got albums like Dark Side of the Moon, The Wall, and all that stuff, pretty much. Or most of that stuff, I should say. Alright. And the next one, we have Lil Wayne with Rebirth. This is just bad. Like, I'm glad Wayne's doing okay now with his career, but whew, there are just some things we don't talk about. Alright, now we have Sunn and Boris with Alter. I've been getting more into like the atmospheric metal scene recently, and I figured I recognize both these names. Let's listen to this. And I liked it a lot. I really enjoyed it, and I gotta listen to Boris's more stuff because I'm gonna be at one of their shows soon. So I gotta get into Boris more. And they also have a new album on the way too, I think, next month. Flying Lotus is up now with Los Angeles, the only project that I have not heard from Flying Lotus, so now I've heard his entire discography, and this is one of my favorites of his. I feel like this is close to the beginning. Yeah, oh wait, no, this is close to the beginning. Either this or Cosmogramma is his debut, and this is one of my favorites of his. I really fucked with all of it. Next, we have the original soundtrack to the Sonic the Hedgehog game from 2006. Not an amazing game, but a pretty amazing score with it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now we have a Paysage de Verre with his self-titled album, another atmospheric black metal record. They put out a couple other projects that I covered. Well, I covered their his last album, and also their big black metal 2020 opus, Involved. And I prefer Involved to this, but I think this is better than their last one, which I actually cannot remember the name of off the top of my head. But hey, it happens sometimes. Next, we have Julee Cruise with Floating Into the Night. I listened to this, quite frankly, because it's been on my list for a while, and she actually passed away around the time, like earlier this month. And I listened to it. It's some good pop music. I believe Twin Peaks was the show that she was involved in. And yeah, I enjoyed it. And now we have the posthumous Prince album, Piano on Microphone 1983. It's a series of demos and like reworked songs, but it's just him playing on the piano. And this should be what most posthumous music is. Like, you know, like the little behind the scenes stuff, not trying to put new songs together out of bits and pieces of other stuff. This is really the way to do a posthumous album in honor the artist, that is Prince. Alright, next we have Maxwell with Black Summer's Night. This is an entire trilogy, which I don't know if the third one's out yet, actually. And I'm getting more R&B as well, and I really like this one as well. I don't really have much else to say, it's just some damn good R&B. Alright, and we have the final project that I have to listen to in Westside Gunn's discography before completing it. His EP with Mr. Green, Flygod is good all the time. I mean, if you like Westside Gunn, and I do, this is fine. He's done better, though. Like, I feel like if you have to be a fan of someone, you have to admit when, like, oh, this isn't their best work at all. So, yeah, it's okay. Now we have, Slauson Malone. I have the list of the names up on the right here. So I'm going to try and read this one, and which will also be in the description, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. Vergangenheitsbewältigung. Yeah, although it's also translated to Crater Speak, so I'm going to call it Crater Speak. Slauson Malone's a really good experimental producer, and this is pretty much just more of it. It's a good EP. I'm waiting for more on him. I'm really waiting for more on him. Oh, and now we have City Girl with Chroma Velocity, and I like some good like electronic music, dance music, and this is one of the newer ones that I'm messing with. There's really just some that I don't like sometimes, and I'm very glad I found something I like in this vein. Alright, now we have Daughters with Hell Songs. Yeah, you know, Daughters isn't exactly like the biggest band to be a fan of right now, if you know that whole situation. But I thought this was just okay. Like, it does not beat You Won't Get What You Want, in my opinion. But, yeah. Like, it's perfectly acceptable. Alright, now we have California from Mr. Bungle. And, yeah, again, it's a whole thing. I gotta get more in the middle, all this kind of stuff. And this was a good intro for this. Wait. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna sound really dumb if I just accidentally called Mr. Bungle metal, because I can't remember exactly what it is. But yeah, okay, yeah, experimental rock. Okay, yeah. Oh god. I just called Mr. Bungle metal. Sorry. But like, you know, like surf rock, that kind of stuff. I don't know why I called it metal. I've had a long day. Okay, let's just move on. To the John Cena album, You Can't See Me. Of course, you know, this has the iconic WWE entrance theme, but he also made an entire album on top of it. Miraculously, it's not the worst thing I've ever heard. And John Cena is a very competent rapper. He's not amazing, but he can hold a tune. Alright, next we have Designer with New English. This was bad. Look, I know it's kind of in the past not to say, you know, oh, mumble rap is bad and all that. But, like, you can put effort into it. Like, we have all these other artists being innovative and creative with their stuff that, quite frankly, could be put under the mumble rap category. But there's a reason why Designer really isn't relevant anymore. Just saying. Alright, and now, I know, you're gonna crucify me for this. I finally listened to King Crimson's In the Court of the Crimson King. It's fantastic. It's probably one of the easiest things in the world to like if you're like a music snob or a music nerd or anything like that, or if you're on the radio music at all. But no, I liked it. Yes. And now, I took a lot of time to listen to this. It's the Metallica Blacklist with a bunch of covers from the Black album. Certainly not the greatest metal band of all time, metal album of all time, but obviously, like, we know how iconic it is. And it has, like, covers from, like, it's all a covers album. So, like, Weezer, Alessia Cara, Reina Sawayama, Elton John's on here, St. Vincent's on here, Cage the Elephant, Corey Taylor is on here, Moses Sumney, I'm pretty sure, wait, no, I'm looking at the names right here, Elton John, Miley Cyrus, Weezer, I don't know if I said Weezer, and also, Kamasi Washington is on this. This is 4 hours, literally just find the artists you like, and listen to those songs. I'm sure you will find something good. Okay, and now we have the 1975's I Like It When You Sleep for You Are So Beautiful Yet So Unaware of It. It's cool. I just think Matty Healy's a little pretentious now, so, you know, it kind of rubs me the wrong way. Mainly because they have a new album out, well, coming out in October, and the single for it just is not that appealing to me. Alright, now we have Lemon Demon with Spirit Phone. It's very eclectic. I enjoyed it to a couple extents. I'm not really coming back to it. I didn't really save anything on my playlist from it, but hey. I understand why it's become such a cult classic within recent years. We have the triple album from Ray Shremmerd, SREM, SR3M, I think it is. And along with that, along with the Ray Shremmerd album, there's also Swaycation, a Sway Lee album, and whatever Slim Jimmy's album is, because I forgot what that was called. And it's a lot. It's just a lot. Pick and choose. I thought it was fine. You can probably cut out a bunch of songs and, like, make a Outkast-style speaker box Love Below thing. Like, obviously, it's not to the level of that quality, but you could probably make something like that out of it. I'm pretty sure that's what they were attempting. Next, we have Jesse Volume 3 from Jacob Collier. A friend of mine recommended this to me, and actually, I really enjoyed it. The jazzy interludes, and plus any time like Ty Dolla $ign's on a feature, just pretty much is he's great at features. Now we have Tom York with Anima. The only reason how I knew about this was that Paul Thomas Anderson directed a short film that had to do with this, and I listened to the album. I liked the short film much more than the album. The album is still okay, but I think this album is just a tiny bit overrated. Next, we have Robin Thicke with Paula. Shout out Todd in the Shadows. I binged a lot of his Train Records videos, so a couple of these choices are, including this, are just albums that I listened to because of the Train Records series. So yeah, Robin Thicke's Paula. It is something. It's embarrassing, actually. That's what it is. So yeah, there's that. And now we have Joanna Newsom with Ys? Y-S? I think that's how you say it. Wow, this is beautiful. This has quickly become one of my favorite albums in recent memory. Actually, I love this. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. The track Emily is amazing. And I also found this, Doja Cat's debut EP, Per. She certainly made better music. There's a reason why she's a star. I can see it in this project, but there was not going to be a hit on this. So I'm glad that she's got the time to grow. Now we have Shinedown with Attention Attention. I've learned that I don't like Shinedown because I listened to this and their latest album, and both of them were bad. So I'm not going to stick on this. So don't waste your time. Now we have Lil Darky with This Does Not Exist. I really like the album cover. That's it. This is just not my thing. This just isn't my thing at all. I'm gonna just move right past it. Now we have a Chai with Punk. I enjoyed their last album they put out, so I decided, oh, why not? I'll check out Chai. They're featured on the new Super Organism album as well, and I really messed with that as well. It's a good like a J-Punk release. Yeah. We are moving through this list right now. We're a little over halfway done. Yeah. Alright, now we have Swans with The Glowing Man. I'm slowly making my way through the Swans discography, and I figured let's tackle The Glowing Man, since it was right after To Be Kind. And wow. Again, these are a lot. I prefer To Be Kind over this. But no, I think this is very much worth your time, and I'm excited to see what I can get into with the rest of their discography. Next, we have Ace Tantina with Blank Fashion Mystical. This is a vaporwave project that came out maybe a couple of years ago at this point, maybe even last year. And I like it. It's one of my favorite vaporwave projects recently. I'm diving back into that world now recently. So yeah, there's that. Now we have Slipknot with Iowa. They have a new album coming out very soon, which I listened to this before that was announced, and I really loved it. I loved Iowa, especially the closing track, which might have been Iowa. I don't know off the top of my head, but it's a long-ass song, like maybe 16 minutes or something, and goddamn, I gotta finish up the Slipknot discography before the new one comes out, which I think that's in September. Alright, now we have Crosby, Stills, and Nash with Daylight again. This is my first dive into Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I loved Southern Cross. That's really only the song I got out of it, though, because this really isn't my kind of music. But I listened to it. I thought it was cool. I'm going to try and listen to their first album when it's Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, but not American Dream. Now we have Dusty in Memphis by Dusty Springfield, and I took a little bit of like an oldie trip for this, and I like it. I'm trying to get more into the old stuff, like 50s, 60s, 70s, all that, and I feel like this was a great little intro to it. So I'm definitely going to be listening to music from more of that era more. Next, we have The Game with the documentary. I've heard a couple Game songs, but I've never heard an entire album from him until now. And I really liked it. I don't know if his other albums are at the same quality of this, but he's been talking about a new album called Drillmatic, and apparently it's just not coming out. I don't know where that thing is. It's been announced for a long time, it just hasn't come out yet. But hey, documentary was a good introduction. And now we have Grimes with Half Axa. And I dug it. I like the more experimental route with it. It's not my favorite project from Grimes though, but I still dug it. I still dug it. And now we have Spirit Box with Eternal Blue. This is just a good rock record. You know what? I'm gonna fact check again, because after the incident earlier, I don't want to call Mr. Bungle death metal. I mean, like, hold on, I got a Spirit Box. I just searched Eternal Blue, and it did not like that. Spirit Box. Let's see. Spirit box. Is this it? Yes, it is. Alternative metal. Okay, so it is metal. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I was right on that. But yeah, no, this is just some good metal. I missed it when it came out. It was like in September of last year, probably because I was busy with other things. I was just starting college. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah, it was cool. Next, we have a relic of the past here. Broken Side, I'm not a fan, but the kids like it. I wasn't here for this when it was at its peak, so it's pretty wild to hear it now when it's way past peak popularity. And, you know, like, the mixing of, like, grunge vocals and screamo with, like, electronic stuff is ugly. I can't believe how that was popular. But hey, I guess I wasn't there for that, so, oh well. Next we have Take Me to Your Leader by King Ghidorah. I loved this, with Doom and MF Doom and Mr. Fantastic and everybody else on there. I love this. I'm very sad that I didn't listen to this earlier, actually. But yeah, I feel like it explains itself at this point. Now we have Interpol with Turn On the Bright Lights, another... Oh, whoa, oh no. Okay, well, you got a preview of what's to come. Well, we have Interpol with Turn On the Bright Lights, and I fuck with it. It's another one of those albums where, like, if you know, you know. And I don't really know how else to explain it. Alright, next we have NBA Youngboy and Birdman from the Bayou. And this just is not good either. Why is Birdman rapping still? Youngboy's fine. I've come to like Youngboy, but Birdman's just gotta stop. He just has to. Now we have a Waltz for Debbie with the Bill Evans Trio, and I've been messing with a lot of jazz recently, and I feel like I've missed a lot. So it's very good to like see this and just realize, like, yeah, jazz is pretty cool. Music is pretty cool. Alright, now we have Run the Jewels with Meow the Jewels, which I saw this and I knew about it. I believe it's the first Run the Jewels. Hold on. I should have done my research before this. Hold on. Meow the Jewels. Meow the Jewels is from 2015. So it is Run the Jewels 2. Just wanted to make sure it is Run the Jewels 2. Because, you know, that's the red background. And it's a fun little novelty project. It's basically the entirety of Run the Jewels 2, with I think a bonus track as well. But the beats have been remixed to be all like cat noises. It's very funny, and it still has that punch of Run the Jewels 2, but just, you know, like over the meowing of cats. So if you like that kind of goofy shit, check this out. Now we have a Neil Young with Harvest Moon. And, again, I feel like this is an album that needs no introduction. I think I'm starting to like Neil Young a lot. I think Harvest Moon is one of the best I've heard from him. And, yeah, that's really much all I have on it. Now we have a Slayer, Rain and Blood. And, again, this is another one of those albums, like this is a genre-defining album. It's metal. Yeah. That's really all I got for it. Now we have Metallica again with S&M 2, a live album where they performed with an orchestra, the San Francisco, something like that. But they performed a lot of their hits with an orchestra, and it sounded very good. It's like a 2.5-hour live album, but it's crazy. And now we have a Black Sabbath's Master of Reality. Again, a classic. Doesn't really need any introduction. I love it. Fetty Wap's The Butterfly Effect. Not really one that needs an introduction, I would say. But, like, this was Fetty Wap's comeback. It went under the radar. I listened to it. It was good to hear from him, but I'm probably never going to listen to it again. Just like that. And now we have Rage Against the Machine's The Battle of Los Angeles. I much prefer the self-titled album, but Battle of Los Angeles is still very good. They're actually touring with Run the Jewels right now, and they were just here in my town recently. And I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to go see them, because that would have been pretty cool. And now we have a jump scare of an album cover. We have oh my god, what's the band called? Chumbawamba with Tub Thumper, with this absolute jump scare of a cover. There are a couple great songs on it, but the rest of them are not that great. So just take that as you will, and then we'll get this demon spawn off the screen. All right, now we have a Baby Metal with Metal Resistance, I believe. Yes, Metal Resistance, and you know, J-Metal, J-Rock. It's a genre I've been getting into, and I really like it. So expect those to be in future videos. Now we have Orchid with Chaos Is Me. I know this is considered a classic in the punk scene and all that. I did not really fuck with it that much. Maybe it's just because, like, you know, punk really is not my thing. Like, in most cases, it's not my thing. But there's still some I like. But, like, no. And now, Danzig with the self-titled. Again, obviously a Glenn Danzig. Glenn? Yes, Glenn Danzig, who was the lead singer of the Misfits. Gotta dig into the Misfits, though. I don't know much about them. And I would say if I'm gonna get into the Misfits, I guess this is a fine intro. Again, not the biggest punk person, but at least this was good enough to keep me interested. Now we have the complete opposite of something interesting. Machine Gun Kelly's Hotel Diablo. Okay. That's my thoughts on it. Yeah. Now we have Slint with Spiderland. I thought it was cool. I know it's considered, like, the Holy Grail, but, like, okay. Now we have Tory Lanez' I Told You. And really, this is who you guys are writing for this much? Like, he's not terrible, but, like, I've heard better. Alright, now we have A Kid Named Cudi from Kid Cudi. This recently got put on streaming services, finally. Yes, this got put out in 2022, but I'm counting it because this technically came out in 2008, I think. I think that's the year. But it just hit streaming services now, so I'm putting it on here. And I fucked with it. Now I've heard Kid Cudi's entire discography because of this. And this ranks up there. You know, and plus, you know, like, a song about Cleveland. I mean, come on. But yeah, it was cool. And plus, I like this cover much more than the original one. Like, the yellow font. It's not good. Alright, and now we have The Men with Open Your Heart. This is, like, a good alternative album. Sacred Bones put it out, and I like that label a lot. And just, it was fine. I go back to the track, Please Don't Go Away, a lot. I like that song a lot. But yeah, if you like alternative music, this will be your jam. Next we have Gucci Mane's The Return of East Atlanta Santa. I'm gonna, at some point, do a huge dive into the entire Gucci Mane discography, because that's a lot. And that would be very fun to try, to see, like, how far I can get into it. But this is one of the better Gucci Mane projects I've heard. Yeah, it's good. Next we have Sweet Valley with SV, and, like, it's electronic. It's some, like, breakbeat stuff, and there are some of it I do like, most of it I don't. This one ended up in the gray area for me. Yeah. The same goes for Amnesia Scanner's Tier List, with a freaky ass album cover. Yeah, and this ended up in the gray area. Not really my thing, but, like, I'd get this cover framed if I wanted it. And we're gonna end it with Aphex Twin with Cyro. I had this on in the background while I was watching the movie Prometheus, and that shit, like, gelled. It was weird, but it may be why I like this so much. I still gotta listen to the rest of Aphex Twin's discography, but hey, it ended up going pretty well. Alright, and that's what I listened to this month. What I want you guys to tell me this. Yes, I'm gonna ask you this. Reply in the comments. What is the best music that you have heard this month? Whether it's a new release or something you've already listened to. Because, of course, if you don't know, I do music reviews. I said this earlier. I'm gonna link the site where I publish them below, so you can look at everything that I review. And also down below, as I said earlier, will be a list of every album that is in this video and that I talked about, so you can listen to them and like look them up. Also at the bottom, you can follow my rate your music page, where you can be like fully up to date on what I'm listening to, what I'm reviewing, and like what I'm in tune with essentially for music. Okay, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.